or of course, playlist lists that we have. So starting the music now. Sitting in this easy pose, allow easy breath flowing in and out, finding a nice long spine, connection from tail all the way to the top of your crown, finding your own rhythm of breath, allowing it to flow through your body. Beginning to find circles here. So moving your ribs all the way around the circle, opening up each side, each little muscle, and then other way. And then coming back to center. Inhale, arms reach up, shoulders down and back. You'll find a little heart opener here, gazing towards the sun behind the clouds. And then over to your right side, place your hand down, stretch over. You can gaze up at your top fingertips. And then you'll pick yourself back up. Other side, place your left hand down and then gaze up towards your right fingertips. And the next inhale, coming up. Then you'll place your hands down. Open up your knees wide and we'll sit back into our first child's pose. Bring your arms nice and long and then allowing your head to rest on the mat. You can wiggle your hips side to side and just connect with your breath here. If you have the music, listen to the words of this song as we rest in child's pose, opening up our hips. In child's pose, you can teepee your hands. So just bring up your wrists, fingertips flat on the mat. You should stretch your arms a slightly different way. And then bring your hands back down. We'll bring our arms over to the right side, opening up the left side body. One full round of breath here. And then walk your hands over to the left side, opening up the left side body. One round of breath here. From there, walk your hands back to center. One more gentle breath here. To pick yourself up to tabletop position. Hands right below shoulders, knees right below hips. Wagging tail side to side. Then allowing that wag to get bigger so that your spine from tail all the way up to crown is moving now. Kind of finding this snake-like wave. Finding a flow here. And then coming back to center, finding cat-cow. So you'll drop your ribs, gaze up, inhale. And then exhale, press into the mat, reach to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. A few more times, I encourage you to take awareness of your body and to notice what feels good. Maybe it's a little more of a circular cat-cow. Is there a place that feels super good and you want to explore that? Find creativity in this little movement here. Waking up the spine, opening up our heart, connecting with our light by simply bringing awareness to ourself in this present moment. One more round wherever you are. And then we'll meet in tabletop position, neutral spine. Belly button to spine, engaging the core here. You're gonna bring your right leg behind you and then lift your leg up, bend your knee, and then extension of our cow here. And then exhale, kiss your knee, cat. Inhale, cow. Now we're opening up our hips slightly as well. And then place that knee down. We'll do the other side. First, neutral spine. And then extend your left leg. Inhale, toes to head. Exhale, kiss your knee. Finding a flowy like nature here. Dancing in your body. In this rhythmic flow with our breath. With yoga. And then coming back to tabletop position. Together, inhale, cow pose. Tuck your toes, exhale, down dog. Hips to the sky, reach high. You're just walking out your dog here, maybe bending your knees slightly. Get into your body, notice what feels good. 5 more breaths. You can, of course, keep your knees bent and focus on extending your arms and opening up your heart towards the earth, which in turn opens up your back body. You can lift up your heels and then place them back down on the mat, furthering the stretch. Once you're finished with those 5 breaths, you'll walk your feet towards your hands gently here. And as soon as your feet are at the front of the mat, you can bend your knees and bounce a few times. And then we'll find ragdoll, grasping your elbows, keeping a slight bend in the knees, allowing your upper body to totally rest forward. We'll stay here for a moment, allowing this inversion to do the beautiful work of loosening our back and letting any tension seep out. Breathe here, swing side to side. 3 more breaths. Notice your back opening slightly, maybe your spine making some more room. The next inhale, you'll drop your hands and slowly roll up through each vertebrae. Your crown is the last to rise. As soon as you get up, you'll bring your shoulders to your ears and back and down 2 more times. Shoulders to ears, back and down. Shoulders to ears, back and down. And then bring your palms facing forward. We'll just take a moment connecting with the earth here. You can close your eyes if you'd like, or gaze in front of you because it can be tricky to close your eyes. Lifting up your toes, placing them back down, noticing every part of your foot on the ground being held up by the earth. Make sure you have equal stance. You're not leaning a little more on the toe, big toe, or on the pinky. It's equal. Our roots through the ground bring us what we need to grow and prosper. Connecting with our root chakra here. Imagining our roots through our legs, all the way up through our body, reaching up to our crown, blooming through our limbs. Inhale, arms reach up, shoulders down and back. One more, keeping Your arms up here. One more breath. Heart to sky. And then arms to heart center. This time you can open up your eyes, and we're just going to roll through our feet, waking up the ankles and our toes. And then together, inhale, arms reach up and forward, flat back to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, extend spine. We're going to do a little workshopping here just to make sure our alignment is here. So gentle alignment stuff. Back to forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift again. So make sure you have a nice long spine here. Your gaze is not too upright, so you're not curling your neck. You have a nice flat line. And back down, we'll do forward fold and halfway lift one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then step back to a push-up position. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Belly button to spine. If you want a little more action, you can lift up the right leg and then lift up the left leg. Really important to find that nice long line here. Shoulders in line with ribs, in line with hips. And then on the next exhale, we'll lower slowly with control all the way to the mat. Your belly button is the last to touch the ground. Once you get there, you can sway your hips side to side, loosening up any tension. And then bring your hands just right above shoulders. And then we'll inhale, cobra. So inhale, brighten your chest forward. Exhale, back down. 2 more times. As you do this, make sure your legs are long and tops of your feet are pressing into the mat while your upper back opens forward. 1 more time, cobra. Exhale, back down. And then bring yourself back to tabletop position. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Find that wag of the tail that brings the wag all the way up to your crown. Maybe feeling a little more open, welcoming that. Connecting to your light within. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, gaze to your belly button, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Tuck your toes. Down dog, hips to the sky. And when you get there, you can walk out your down dog. Coming to a still down dog for 1 more breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky, toes face down. Reach high. Exhale, kiss your knee. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee forward. We'll meet in a low lunge. Now make sure your knee is in line with your ankle here, and we'll drop our back knee down. We're gonna flow through half Hanuman. So we're gonna sit back. Make sure your right hip reaches back so both hips are in line. And then drop forward. You can flex your foot or keep it neutral. 3 easy breaths here. Next inhale, you come back. We'll stay in this position for a moment to come up to a low crescent lunge. So our arms reach up. Make sure your hips are in line. You can always bring your hands down for a moment. Shoulders down and back. And I want you to feel reaching up as you're planted in the ground. 1 more breath. And then hands reach towards the ground. We're coming to our low lunge. Now, staying here, we're just gonna rise right on up. Arms come up to high crescent lunge. Same idea. You wanna feel that reaching up as we're grounded into the earth. One more breath. And then you'll bring your hands down to the ground, and with some energy, bring your left foot up to meet your right foot. We're in forward fold. From here, we're going into chair. So you can bend your knees, inhale, arms reach up as we sit back, chair pose. Doing some workshopping here. You wanna make sure that you're not curving too much up or too down. You wanna find that nice long line from fingertips all the way to your tailbone. Belly button to spine, shoulders down and back. You can lift up your toes. That's another way to make sure that you're in the right spot. And then if you can, maybe go a little lower. 3 more breaths. Lighting up that fire within, lighting up our light within. And then gaze up, we'll meet an absolute. Arms to our sides, shoulders up and back. Inhale, arms rise up and to heart center for a moment, a breath. Inhale, arms reach up. Swan dive down, flat back to meet in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extend spine. Exhale, plant hands down, step back to a push-up position. Inhale here. On the exhale, come down, not quite to the mat, and reach up to cobra, or if you'd like, up dog. Extending your arms. And then meeting in down dog. Hips to the sky. You can walk out your down dog again. And then come to a still down dog for 1. Recentering breath. Next, inhale, left leg reaches up high, toes face the mat. Exhale, kiss your knee. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee forward, plant your foot between your palms. From here, drop your knee, your back knee. And we're gonna go into half Hanuman on this side. So make sure your hips are nice and heavy here, finding a nice long spine. And then we'll sit back, left hip pushes back so that both of your hips are in line. And then drop into it for 3 breaths. Same idea here, your foot can be flexed or it can be pointed. Whatever your body needs, and it might be different from one side to the other. That's totally fine. Life is spontaneous. And then coming back forward here, first finding that nice groundedness. So your left foot is pressing into the mat, hips are heavy. And then inhale, arms are reach up. We'll do 3 breaths here, reaching up as we're settling down into the ground. And then place your hands down. You'll come to low lunge first, extending your right leg. And then from here, first finding that grounded balance. Inhale, arms up. 3 breaths here. And on the exhale, bringing your hands down, and then back foot meets your right foot, or left foot. You can bend your knees and lengthen. chair pose again. So we'll bend our knees, inhale, arms reach up. We're gonna add on, you're welcome to stay here, or if you wanna do a spinal twist, strengthening spinal twist, you can bring your hands together. Actually, first, make sure your feet are a little closer. They can touch or just be like a little bit, about an inch apart. Either one. You wanna find balance first. So from our chair, you'll bring your hands to heart center. And then bring your left elbow over to your right knee. Before you move any further, make sure your knees are the same. So not one's pushing out. Make sure they're the exact same. And then gaze towards this side, pressing into your hands, extending this stretch, finding room with breath. On the inhale, lengthening the spine as we twist. Exhale, keeping this pose. One more breath. Exhaling comes back through. We'll meet in chair. From here, we're gonna go into flying chair as a transition. So you'll reach up to absolute, and then with control, exhale down, inhale right back to chair. 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down, chair. 1 more time. Inhale. Awesome, we'll meet in chair. From here, other side. So first, really finding that strong chair. Then arms come together. And then bring your right elbow to your left knee. Look at your knees, make sure they're the same. And then gaze towards the side of the wall. Pressing into your hands to then lift up. Your left shoulder is lifting up. Imagining your shoulders stacking on one another. And on the inhale, extending your spine. One more breath. On the exhale, coming back to center, meeting in chair pose, 3 more flying chairs. So one more workshop. We come up first to prepare so that we don't cramp up our legs. Inhale here, exhale, float down, and then we go back to chair. So first, absolute, exhale down, inhale, chair. Inhale, exhale, inhale. From here, we'll meet in absolute, arms to your sides, shoulders up to ears, down and back. Inhale, arms up into heart center. Maybe walking through your feet again, stretching the toes. Next, inhale, arms reach up, flat back, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extend spine. Exhale, chaturanga if you're ready, or that slower chaturanga where we step back, take an inhale, and then exhale, almost to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, down dog. You can walk out your down dog again. Together, inhale, right leg to the sky, toes face down. This time, extend your stretch and then bend your knee. Make sure both hands are equally planted in the ground and your shoulders are in line. From here, you can find little circles. And then the other direction. Inhale, long leg. Exhale, bring your knee forward, and now keep it here. We're gonna do a subtle workout, but it's really nice for the core, where we light up our inner power or willpower, and in turn, light up our inner awareness of ourselves. So holding this, strengthening the core slightly, we'll do little bounces. So down to the ground, and then right back up. So if you can see, we're just keeping our knee parallel with the ground. So it goes down and then right back up. 2 more times, down right back up, down, right back up, and down. From here, kick your right foot out. We're in low lunge. From low lunge, we're gonna pick ourselves all the way up to crescent lunge. So inhale up, one breath here. On the exhale, open up to warrior two. So your back foot is in a 45-degree angle. Arms are long. I'm gonna switch around so I can face you. You can bend your knees slightly. Make sure your arms are long and equal on both sides. Gaze forward, point towards a point of focus. Reach for that point to inhale, and then exhale, reverse warrior. Your right arm comes up and back. One more breath here, opening up the side. Exhale, coming over to side angle. So your right elbow comes to right knee, left arm up towards the sky first. You can gaze up. Then if you'd like, you can put your left arm over your ear, feeling a little more stretch. We'll float back through. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Staying here, we're gonna find triangle. So options, you will of course extend your right leg and your hand can come onto your shin or a block. You don't wanna press too hard. All the strength is coming from within. So it's really just a light touch on your leg or on the block. So using that core, not giving in to the block, we're using our energy, our own power. And then you can gaze up towards your left fingertips to the sky or back down. Imagining your hips stacking on one another, which is nearly impossible, but thinking about that, opening up the hips. And then on the next exhale, you'll bring your hand down. Both arms come to the outskirts of your right foot. Our next move is standing split. So look about a foot in front of you, and you're gonna pick yourself up, and then you just bring your left foot as high as it can. And maybe that's just a little bit lower, like towards the ground, that's great. The idea is you want to just find your place where you feel the challenge and you feel the extension and you light up your own inner power. Bending your knee and then bringing it right back down. We're in forward fold. Bend your knees and lengthen. Bend knees to rise all the way up. Crown is the last to rise. Inhale, arms up. Transition here. We're gonna find circles for our arms. So we'll come around, shoulders down and back the whole time. And then other direction. As we do this, feeling that reach all the way from the ground to the sky. Alignment, shoulders in line with ribs, in line with hips. Arms reach up to heart center for a moment. You can walk out your feet again. Bringing some love to our feet who hold us up. And together, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive, meeting in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extend your spine. Exhale, plant your hands down, your chaturanga of choice. You can always take it slow like I'm doing. Inhale here, exhale down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Walking out your down dog for a moment. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Reach it as high as you can, and then bend your knee. Of course, make sure your hands are equally pressed into the mat, shoulders in line. And then find those circles on this side. And other side, other way. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, kiss your knee and keep it there for these little pumps, lighting up our core. And we'll drop the knee and bring it right back up. You want to make sure your shoulders are over your hands. You're pressing into the mat. There's a slight curve in your back. That's just fine. You're really feeling it in your core. One more time. And then from here, kick your knee out or your foot out. We'll meet in low lunge. From here, first feeling that connection with the earth, grounded. We'll reach our arms up, crescent lunge. One more breath here. On the exhale, opening up. Right foot, 45-degree angle. Make sure your heels are in line. Arms long. You can gaze front and back, loosening up the neck and making sure your arms are long and equal. You can find some pumps of the knee. Gaze towards a point of focus. And then reach for that point. Inhale, reverse warrior. One more breath here. Just really feeling that pull away from the hip. Nice side stretch here. And on the exhale, left elbow to left knee. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, side angle. From here, you can then bring your right arm over your ear, stretching the arm long. We'll flow through. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Staying here for a moment, preparing for triangle. So we'll extend our left leg as our left hand comes either to an ankle, down to the ground, or a block. And then our right arm reaches up towards the sky, feeling that extension in all directions. And once again, trying not to press too hard with your left arm, feeling that strength from within holding you in this pose. Can you find the graceful pose within? You at your best, connecting with your light. This is you. You can gaze up towards your right fingertips and then back down. One more breath. And then we'll cartwheel our hand back down for standing split. So looking about a foot in front of you, you're going to press into the mat with your left foot and then bring your right leg up as high as you can, dropping your upper body forward. And then bend your right knee. We'll meet in forward fold. Bending our knees and lengthening. One more halfway lift for good measure. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rolling up through each vertebrae. Shoulders up and back. Inhale, arms reach up, heart to sky. And arms to heart center. You can walk through your feet again if you like that. And then opening up your eyes if they're closed. Inhale, arms reach up. Swan dive back to forward fold. And then this time, instead of a chaturanga, we're gonna bring our arms out a little bit, like about a foot and a half in front of us, depending on how long your arms are. And then you're gonna bring your feet, your toes reach out. So your heels are facing in, toes reach out. And then you're gonna sit down into this garland pose. Your arms are out in front of you. There's actually a lot of action. This is not a yin pose. It's a prep pose for crow. I feel like it feels so good. Stretching the hips. You can find some bounces, stretching the arms. And then from here, we'll find the mat. So sitting back down. One more yang pose, firing up our beautiful insides, getting ready for Thanksgiving, and releasing any tension with this boat pose. So you're gonna sit back, And then inhale up to boat. Together. First, finding a nice long spine. And then we'll sit back slightly to inhale boat. Hold it. And then exhale low boat. Inhale high boat. Just 3 times. Exhale low boat. Inhale high boat. Exhale low boat. Inhale high boat. Exhale low boat. Inhale high boat. Exhale low boat. Keep it for a moment. And then rest on the ground. Arms reach high. Toes in the opposite direction. And then bring your arms to your sides. Knees will rise up. We're going to do a bridge pose here. So to start, you'll tuck your tail, arms on the ground. And then on the inhale, reach your hips up high. We'll stay here for a moment, connecting to the pose, to all of the pose, of everything it can give us. Or maybe we can give the pose. Your knees all the way to the top of your forehead is long, allowing room for your neck, so no crunching there. Exhale, rolling through the spine back down. We'll do bridge 2 more times at your own pace. On your inhale, reaching up to bridge. 1 breath. On the next exhale, rolling back down. And then bridge 1 more time. In this last bridge, you can bring your hands to grasp underneath your back. Should do a nice shoulder stretch. And then exhale through the vertebrae all the way down. Once you get down, you can bring your knees in. Give them some love, rolling like a ball, or just in the shape of a ball. And then relax down. You can bring your knees around in circles for your hips here. Then we're going to do a variation of happy baby. So just bring your knees to your shoulders and hold them here for a moment. Allowing the ground to hold you up as you create movement. From here, you're going to bring your feet upright and you're going to just shake your legs out. Shake out any residual tension. Allowing ourselves to just be in our all, in our abundance. From here, you're going to find a tabletop of the legs, coming into a supine twist. So then opening up the arms first, you'll bring your legs over to the right side, stacking knees, stacking ankles at first. And then your right hand can go over your legs if you'd like, and then gaze the opposite direction. From here, it's all about finding what feels good to you. So maybe your legs open up slightly. Maybe you need to make some adjustments. Be here for a moment, find the place that feels good, and allow for this therapeutic stretch for the spine. Breathing in the moment, being present, allowing our light to shine. Three more breaths here. Allowing your breath to be gentle, flowing naturally, just like ocean waves, in and out. After those 3 breaths, you'll bring your gaze back over to your legs and gently pick up, meeting in the middle. Transition, just bringing your knees close, giving them some love. Nice hug. And then relaxing back down, extending legs for a moment, and then bending your knees, finding tabletop. Open up arms, and then bring your legs over to the left side, stacking knees, stacking ankles. Gaze the opposite direction. Your left hand can go over your legs. And same idea. Take the moment to really find the best place for you. And then enjoy. Be here now. We must nurture ourselves, give ourselves the care that we need in order to care for others. So, starting here, giving thanks to our body, to our mind, to our spirit, to the universe within. Just a few more breaths here. And after your exhale, whenever that is, you'll gaze over towards your legs and pick them up, meeting in center. And bring them in, giving them a little hug again. And then little circles for the legs as you drop your head. And notice if you need any last movements. Do that for yourself as we come to a nice ending to give the class over to Julie. So we're going to actually just come over to your side and then place your hands down and we'll meet in child's pose or embryo pose. Embryo is bringing your knees together, toes together, and then drop your head down. And then allow yourself to be in child or embryo pose for a moment. Releasing to the moment. If you can adjust, head is placed. You just your forehead a little bit up. If you can stretch the length of your spine. Let's take 3 more breaths here.
And then when you're ready, you can come up to a tabletop pose. Your knees under your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. And let's just give it a little wag back and forth. Move your hips. And let's see if while you're wagging, you can bring yourself back to that place of gratitude that we started with. See if you can take a nice deep breath in through the belly. Hold it at the top of the breath. Hold for one more second. And now slowly exhale. Okay, I'll meet you in a seated position. And adjust the camera. Just a second. Oops. Okay. So we're going to go into a seated twist. So the second part of this class is restorative. And the beauty of restorative poses is that they're very supported. They're about resetting your nervous system, reducing anxiety, and giving a sense of inner calm to the body. It's kind of like yin, except that as opposed to going to the edge of your comfort, this is all comfortable all the time. It's really about settling in the body. So if you have blocks or a bolster or a pillow, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you on the bolster, but you can also do this by just aligning the blocks this way or stacks of books or a pillow. And we're going to come and put our left hip up against whatever support you have. And you're going to put your knees over to the side. Maybe it feels good to stack the knees or perhaps just have the right shin on the left instep. And you're just going to twist your body so that your torso is aligned with the bolster or blocks or books or blanket. And you're just going to fold your body, kind of lengthen your spine and drape yourself over whatever support you have. And then if it feels good to stack the knees and the hips, then you can do that. If that's not comfortable for you, the key to restorative is to really allow your body to sink into the pose, to just allow it to be in the moment. And this should feel like a slight twist in the lower spine, but it should never feel painful. And while you're here, see if you can connect with your breath. And for each time you breathe out, see if you can just allow yourself to sink that much more deeply. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Start to feel all the benefits of warming up the body. Beautiful, gentle flow that Alexandra led us through. All of the circulation, And when you're ready, if you place your palms down onto the mat and push yourself very gently back up to a seated position. So you're seated on your hips, and we're just gonna switch our bodies to the other side so that your right hip is up against the bolster. And I'm just gonna move my bolster so you can see me. So I'm gonna line up whatever prop that I have, a blanket, bolster, blocks, pillow, against my right hip. And then I'm going to stack my legs on top of one another, elongate my spine, just take a deep breath up, twist, and lower yourself gently onto the bolster or whatever prop you're using. And your hands can be alongside of the bolster. You can kind of hug the bolster, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And again, I invite you to find comfort here. Can you loosen the muscles in your jaw? Perhaps just opening your lips slightly. Can you relax the muscles around your eyes? Relax the brow. If you take a deep breath and push your belly out against the props, you actually get a little belly massage. And slowly exhale all of that air back out to the bottom of your breath. As you breathe, is there anything you feel is stuck or pinching or holding on to? See if you can take a deep breath and direct your breath into that space. And in the exhale, picture it and then breathe it back out slowly. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, place the palms underneath the shoulders and gently press yourself back up. Take your time. There's no rush. And then I would invite you to straighten your legs out in front of you. Maybe move up and down and on your glutes. Really find your sit bones. And then come to stillness. And one of my favorite things to do, especially after a good workout, is to take your fingertips and just tap your legs all around. Tap your kneecaps, the inside of your shin, inside of your thigh, the outside. And this actually sends messages to the nerve endings to calm. So anytime you feel in a moment of stress, you can just tap yourself. Tap your head, tap your shoulders, down your arms, and that actually will trigger your energy centers to just take it down a notch. Encourage your coworkers, tap, 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 tap. And then we're going to go into a forward fold just for a minute. And if you're like me, my hips don't really bend forward very well. So I usually put a blanket or something or a block underneath, just underneath my sit bones, so that my hips, instead of rolling forward, just slightly roll forward a little bit. And then you can use a bolster or you can stack a block. And all we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath and elongate the spine. And then in the exhale, you're just going to hinge your hips forward and take a forward fold. And this doesn't have to be very much. It can just be, again, to just that edge of where it's comfortable for you. And again, the great thing about restorative is that you can use as many aids to make yourself comfortable as possible. So you could put a bolster against the feet and your forehead, if that feels good. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here. And with every exhale, see if you can just go a little bit deeper. Can you find space in between the vertebrae to elongate and hinge down? Can you relax the muscles in your legs? Maybe bend the knees just a little bit so you're not hyperextending. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And when you feel complete, inhale and slowly bring your spine straight again, your crown being the last point in your body to be upright. Maybe tuck your chin just a little, point the crown of your head directly toward the ceiling. And then let's bring the soles of our feet together in butterfly. This doesn't have to be close to the body. It needs to be what feels comfortable for you. Maybe hold your shins or your ankles. We'll take a deep breath and again, elongate the spine. Tuck the chin just a little bit, pointing the crown of the head toward the heavens. And then, as Alexandra often has us do, let's flap our wings a little bit. And then let's just elongate our spine and again, fold forward just a little bit. And let's have gratitude to our feet today. This is one of my favorite things to do. Let's just give our feet just a little bit, since we're a little closer to them, let's just give them a little bit of a massage. Don't forget about your insteps. And think about, while we do this, how much your feet help you. They balance you, they support you, they take a lot of weight in some of our cases, mine in particular. Let's find those reflexology points right at the base of our big toe, where that crease is. Let's just give that a little rub. Let's be thankful for where our feet take us, where they've traveled to. Don't forget about the outside of your feet, tops of your feet. And then let's just be still for a moment. I invite you to hold your feet or your shins, or perhaps reach your arms out a little in front of you. Feel the length in your spine. Feel the stretch, little bit of stretch in your groin and inner thigh. If this stresses your legs at all or your knees at all, you might want to just put your feet out a little further in front of you so they're not so close into the body. Perhaps you can take your elbows and just push out your legs a little bit, stretch them a little further. And then let's take 2 more breaths here. And on the second breath, as we inhale, let's slowly walk our hands back toward our body and lift our spines back up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Tuck your chin ever so slightly and have your crown be the last thing to come up. And then I invite you to, we're going to go into our final rest, Savasana. So I would invite you to get whatever props are going to make you feel comfortable as we slowly take our time and come onto our backs. Perhaps you could put a bolster underneath your knees or a blanket behind your head or even a block as a pillow. Or maybe you're just stretched out nice and long. Let's take a nice big stretch, reach our hands up over our heads. So our fingers are pointing to the opposite of our heels and our toes. And then I invite you to bring your arms back down to your sides. Maybe your palms are face up for receiving. Whoops. Find the most comfortable that you can be. And we're going to stay here for a few minutes. Try to relax all of the muscles in your body. Allow the earth to hold you. Feel the weight of all the muscles and the body to the earth. Let's see if we can take a deep breath and find that we are grateful for today and every day. Maybe think of someone or something that you're grateful for. They say that holding thoughts of gratitude, making lists of a few things when you wake up in the morning that you're grateful for, or before you go to bed at night, thinking about things in your life or people in your life that you're grateful for will lower your blood pressure. It improves immune function. It has been proven for better sleep. It lessens depression and anxiety just by thinking of things that we're grateful for. Holding that warmth, the positivity, focusing on all the things that we have in our lives, and not focusing on what we don't. See if in your focus on gratitude, if you can start that feeling at your toes. Bring that warmth, spirit of gratitude through your ankles, up your shins. Have it pool in your knees. Draw it up through your thighs. Let it rest deep in your root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. Feel it expand as it reaches your heart chakra. It expands out through your heart chakra, through your whole chest, down your arms. And at the same time, the warmth of that gratitude comes up through your heart or your throat chakra. You can feel the warmth as it rises through the muscles of your face. You can feel them relax almost through the fluidity of the spirit, through your third eye chakra, and then feel it as a bright, warm, white light all through your crown chakra, just encasing you, encompassing you, embracing you in this beautiful, warm spirit of gratitude. When you feel like you have the whole light of gratitude for the people in your life, for the time you have to spend with family today and friends today, whether it's virtual or in person. Thankful for the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, nature, roofs over our head, beautiful food to eat today. I invite you to start moving your fingers and toes, come back down into a grounded space. And when you're ready, you can roll to your right side, bringing all of that warmth and comforting energy to you into a seed shape on your side. Maybe resting your head on your right arm. Feeling that those moments of gratitude as they ground into your body. And then when you're ready, I invite you to come up to a comfortable seat as we end our practice. I invite you to make a little heat in between your hands. And then when you can feel that heat, maybe close your eyes gently, place your hands over your heart. Feel that heat you created over your heart, all the energy you've created today. And while you feel that heat, I'm going to read the metta prayer. It's one of my very favorite sayings about compassion and gratitude. May all beings be happy, content, and fulfilled. May all beings be healed and whole. May all beings be protected from harm and free from fear. May all beings be awakened, liberated, and free. May there be peace on earth and throughout the universe. And now, with all of the energy of gratitude, compassion, and love that we've created through this practice today, and through our bodies. I ask you to keep one hand on your heart and face the other palm out to each other and through the world and the universe in a wish of gratitude to everything around us, everyone we love, and feel that energy radiating out of our hand and into the world directly from our heart. I thank you very much for being with us today and practicing gratitude with Nivata. There's so many things in my life that I'm grateful for. I feel very blessed. I see and honor the light and the radiance in each and all of you. Enjoy your day. I'm very thankful for you. Namaste. Be well, my friends. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. This was lovely.
Oh, good. I'm glad you were here. Have a lovely day.